Wake me up when September ends, pioneers. Don't hate. Like a bear, I had to hibernate. I had to dollar cost average and accumulate. Sending you all much love and high vibrations, cause it's been a month since we've been out. Since our last video, wake me up when September ends. And I know, pioneers, you're mad at me. I've been gone for a while. You're talking about, Coach, life happens and it hurts. You abandon us. But I've come too far to quit, pioneers. The unexpected I know happens. The uncalled for, the unwanted, the unintentional may come our way. We've been damaged emotionally sometimes, I know. But I've been in a galaxy far, far away where Bentley turned 12. We've been damaged spiritually, pioneers. We may lose loved ones. We may get fired from our job. Get evicted from our apartment or house. Gets foreclosed on. Somebody might tell us we gon' fail. The bank might lose our money. Somebody might steal something from us. Our car might break down on the way to work. All this may happen. And if you're sorry and giving up, you ain't gonna win. Because the devil, Lucifer, Morning Star, is busy gonna throw hardship our way. There are gonna be tests and trials and tribulations, obstacles to hurdle. Life is not getting easy. There ain't no easy button, pioneers. You can stop hoping for that. You gotta get pioneer tough. Period. They might say you a nobody, a failure. Well, get ready, cause this pioneer gonna let you know there's a hurricane coming. Everybody get ready to evacuate. In order to be successful, sometimes you gotta give it your all. Go hard, go out. Show up, show out. Fourth quarter overtime, never retreat. You can't quit now. You come too far to quit, pioneers. I don't care if you don't have the time, the money, the help, the friends, the family, etc. Whatever. You cannot quit. Fourth quarter overtime, never retreat. You might have to make adjustments. Call Audible. Peyton Manning, best Audible caller ever. You might have to learn new things. You might not move as quick as you once did. You might not have as much as you once had. But you cannot give up. You cannot quit. If I was gonna quit, pioneers, I would have quit a hell of a lot long time ago. Long time ago. Couple years. I've come too far to quit. I'm a pioneer. I will not be defeated. Never back down. Never surrender. Never retreat. I made up in my mind I will get a reward for the pain that I go through. The blood, sweat, and tears that I have shed. No matter the price. See, we play for wins. We don't play for clicks. You can get through it because you bigger than this. You better than this. You a pioneer. You tougher than this. And when you get to the other side of your hurts, habits, and hang-ups, your struggles, those obstacles that you lay in your way, you're going to be bigger. You're going to be bolder than them trials and tribulations. A pioneer character is not judged by the wave of success that they're riding. No. It's judged by hardship. Their character is put to the test not by the success, everybody cheering their name, but when their back is against the wall. Somebody told you it was over, you were a failure, you'd never make it. I know they told me that I'd never be nothing. They tried to send me on their way. I never gave up. I never quit. Never backed down. Never surrendered. Never retreat. I never quit on you, pioneers. I'm man enough, and you're man enough, woman enough to get your life back right now, today, and come up against that thing, that person that is standing in your way. You gotta fight, and always fight. Make up your mind before you get to your outcome that you're already there, and then work the process to become your higher self, the ascended master. You gotta make up in your mind when you talking to yourself in the mirror, the man and the woman in the mirror, that you are the greatest of all time within your own paradigm. Can I get a hello there? Before you can get to it, you gotta know you have it and never give up. Failure has made me who I am today, pioneers. Hurts, habits, and hang-ups, obstacles and trials and tribulations that I've had to overcome. Failure has gave me two choices. I could stay down or I could get the fuck up. Well, I'm in the getting the fuck up business. I'm up and I'm fired up and I'm fighting. Let's go. We awake. After this hibernation accumulation period through September, National Preparedness Month, October effect in full effect. Let's go. I can stay down or I can get my butt up. I'm in the getting up business. I'm ready to grind. Fourth quarter overtime. Never back down. Never retreat. You're not gonna die in this life. There's more to live. Even life after death. The ancient chemists knew this. When life knocks you down, though, I need you to get back up. And I need you to fight. Go heavy, go hard. When uncertainty creeps in, I need you to protect home. Get right back on the throne. Get right back on the path that you were just knocked off of and go harder. When something doesn't turn out the way you want it to turn out, I need you to attack the very thing that didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. And then win. Go happy, go hard, go strong. You don't judge a person and a pioneer on where they stand in times of convenience. You judge them where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. When you walk through something, pioneers, it gives you a different attachment to it. The harder you walk, the harder you work, the harder you grind, the harder it is to surrender. That's why normal people can give up so easily. They ain't got nothing invested. But when a pioneer works for something and they fight for something, well, it's gonna be a cold day in hell before they surrender or you take it from them, because then pioneers value it different. When people die, get sick, or something happens in their life externally, if all you're doing it for is for likes, clicks, and not wins, a car, a house, that can stop you. If you're doing it for your mom, your son, your family, your community, your pioneers, nothing can stop you. No one can stop you. You cannot be broken. When you have an intrinsic goal and you're doing it through heart-brain coherence and you value it, and you're doing it because you can, because you love it, with gratitude and abundance, because it represents who you are. When it's internal, no mountain, no trials, no tribulations, no obstacles, nobody, nothing can stop you. And no matter what you've been through, pioneers, what you're going through, how broken your life is right now today, no matter how many times you failed, there is a power within you that is stronger than what is going on around you in your life. Go within. I'm not retreating. I'm not running. I haven't been running, retreating. I didn't care what people said, the naysayers, the haters. I'm going to get it done or die trying. I'm still here today. I worked too hard to get here to quit in order to give up now. I had too many important things to take care of in my life. Crypto was born anyway. Too much blood, sweat, and tears to give up. Work my arse off to get here, pioneers. I'm not going anywhere until I'm in that ground. And then I'm just living another life after death. And I got here not because I'm the strongest, the fastest, the brightest, the wisest. Not because I'm the best, but because I'm still fighting. All day, every day. Let's go. And I made up in my mind that I'm gonna get through whatever stands in my way. You are not gonna stop me. I've got to ball out, show up, show out. Fourth quarter overtime, never surrender, never retreat. Regardless of what happens to me in my life, what happens to you in your life, of the adversity, of the opposition and the haters, the naysayers, the trials and tribulations, nothing can stop you. The only thing that can stop you, pioneers, is you. Can I get a hello? Don't stop you. You want affirmations? Look yourself in the mirror day in and day out. The man in the mirror. I think I can. The woman in the mirror. I think I can. The little engine that could. Thomas the Train. I know I can. Move from I think to I know. Do whatever you can to be your biggest driver and not your worst critic, your biggest enemy. Life is pain. You know how many times I just wanted to give up? How many times I just wanted to end it? Life is hard. Don't give up. Still gotta fight. Easy ain't no such thing. It's not an option. You can choose it, but what are you gonna amount to? See, hardness is worth fighting for. Your higher self is worth fighting for. Always fighting, worth believing in thyself. Know thyself, can know thee say a time. It's worth giving yourself a chance to be better today than the man you were yesterday. Worth building yourself up, standing up. It's worth fighting relentlessly, never backing down, never surrender, never retreating. It is worth fighting the good fight even when no one is looking. It is worth being around motivated, positive people. Pioneers in the community of the Daily Candle Close News, being up-tempo, living in abundance and gratitude. It's easy to have faith and feel good when you're feeling good. But we know hurt people. And when you have no pain and your bills are paid and your health is healthy, it's easy to be motivated. But when times are hard and you want to quit, but you come too far to quit, and that's not the situation, and things aren't easy, because life ain't easy, it's hard. And you look in the mirror, you don't see the person that you want to see, or the person that you once saw. It may be hard, I know. Easy, back down on yourself. Give yourself a break, pat yourself on the back, say you're still here today. Look how far you've came. It ain't about how far you still got to go. Look at how far you came. When you begin to stand up inside of yourself, become your higher self, the ascended master, the Messiah, when you begin to dry them tears and you don't give yourself the luxury of feeling sorry for yourself, and you realize you can't give up, and you're in that fighting mode, that pioneer mode, you cannot surrender, never back down, never retreat. You can't be a chump, you gotta be a champ. You gotta be a pioneer and fight back, stand up, and show up, show out. Realize, what is it I need to do to make myself better, to make myself more, even if it hurts. Many people have been written off, called failures. Believe me, I know. Said this one won't survive. I've been there. I'm still here today. It's possible, pioneers. You've got to believe in your heart, heart-brain coherence, in your heart of hearts, the heart of a lion, that it is possible to beat this. Anything you're going through, your belief, your faith, just keep climbing that stairway to heaven. Your drive, your determination, your perseverance will get you to the top of the stairs. Your spirit is greater than he that is in you. Remember, you were built in the image of the gods and goddesses within. The temple is within. The kingdom of God is within. Remember, it's possible you can beat anything. manifest, co-create your reality. It is necessary that you do this, pioneers. In spite of the pain, the agony, the conditions that you're going through, you got to mobilize your heart, your mind, your spirit, your soul. Because there is nothing as powerful as a made-up mind of a pioneer. So climb. Keep climbing every day. I'm not through yet, pioneers. If I were to quit now, it'd be nothing. I gotta work. I got an assignment today. It's incomplete. I gotta put a video out for you and go to work, take care of my son. I'm not through yet. I'm not going out like this. I'm gonna fight. Because I'm a fighter. And when you do, when you fight for everything with all you got, when you give it the best you can, lay it all out on the court, on the field, in the ring. When you live and don't exist, and you're seeking and asking, you're knocking on the stairway to heaven. Something happens. The universe opens up for you because it gives its secrets to those who dare to follow their heart. Can I get a hello, pioneers? There are certain things in your life that you cannot afford to quit on, like yourself, your family, your loved ones, your community. My pioneers. I'm in life and I look around and I see all these people existing and not living a day of their life. Indoctrinated. First thing that comes to my mind is they quit. But my pioneers, they're not quitting. Because I know anything big once started off as small. I know our pioneers are hitting challenges, roadblocks. Life is hard. People calling them failures, calling them crazy. Because they step outside the box, but they're not quitting. In your life, when times get hard, when setbacks come, that should let you know that you're on the right path, that you're doing something right. Can I get a hello? The journey is about progression, not perfection. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be perfect, pioneers. If the peak and the climb is worth reaching the top, well, you better believe that climb is going to be hard. I know, pioneers. You ready to say, I don't understand what you're going through. You're ready to give up. Coach, you've been gone for a month. You act like everything's okay. You act like I've never gone through it before. Whatever, pioneers. I got this. You know this. You got to turn the darkness into light when you're ready to give up. At a point in your life when you feel like it's do or die. You're going through so much pain, agony, suffering, heartache. You're ready to quit. Remember, you came too far to quit. You're a pioneer. Pioneers don't quit. Listen to me very carefully. You are a pioneer, a warrior, a divergent, a glitch, and it is time for you to break out the matrix. Fight. Look, that test that you're going through might not go away today. It might not go away tomorrow. The pain might not go away. That fight you're living, it might not go away. You might have to continue to fight day in and day out for years. But you are a pioneer. And it is time for you to not back down. Never surrender, never retreat. Continue to climb. Stop letting stuff, people, things derail you. Knock you off your path. Every time life doesn't go your way, stop getting knocked off your path. Off that stairway to heaven, your higher self. Stop quitting. Stop giving up. Keep fighting. In the midst of the struggle and the heartache, keep thinking positive. Because your mindset is your greatest asset. Keep climbing. Because you only lose when you quit, pioneers. Remember what makes you different from everybody else, from the weak, from those that exist. The difference between you and them is when the strong, the pioneer, have no more left. they fight, and they fight, and they fight to give even more. But the weak, those that exist, they quit. They give up. They stop climbing. They give in. And there's nothing weak about a pioneer. So I need you to continue to fight your way through this. Whatever it is you're going through, hurts, habits, and hang-ups, trials and tribulations, obstacles that you lay in your way, the devil attacking you, I'm going to fight. Even when I'm laying in a hospital bed, 60, 70, 80, I hope plus years old, with tubes and needles sticking out of my arms, I'm still going to be fighting because I got things to do, messages to lead to my pioneers. I'll continue to fight, yes. When I'm laying dead on this freaking planet one day, taking my last trip in my mind of my memories, will I continue to fight for a better day, a better earth, for my pioneers and my family? Yes. Why do I do it, coach? You ask? I can't help myself. I'm a fighter, pioneers. I'm a pioneer. I'm a grind. Fourth quarter overtime. Never surrender. Never retreat. And that's what fighters do. That's what pioneers do. Sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever you may be in the matrix and galaxy. I know it's been a while since we've been out here talking about cryptocurrency and everything. So I won't get off into the welcome back to the Daily Candle Close News, where we talk about everything crypto almost daily, almost weekly, because we've been on a month-long hiatus, taking a dollar cost average accumulation into this very choppy sideways price action we've seen since our Wake Me Up When September Ends video that came shortly after this massive pump to the upside and immediate rejection from 28K and 27,200, a previous resistance that we seem to be retesting again today. Previously, right here around the 28th, we did a few days ago, as well as the 18th. I came out in Discord and shared a message with my pioneers on the 18th of September that we'll break down in a few moments when we get to the decode, and I'll share with you why I thought that was a volatile day and why we were seeing the price action we saw, and to get ready for a potential rollover in the price action if we could not close above 27,200. Yet to do that even today. So we'll talk about this as we get into the TA. First, I want to start with saying today, we'll go ahead and start with a little decoding and get back into the flow of things that we do here on the Daily Candle Closed News. For those that are new, we use numerology, gematria, facts, figures, numbers, logic, pi, the periodic table of elements, all mathematical things that can give us, confluence into the markets, into the news, and scripted events we see on the world stage. Okay, so with that being said, we'll start off with numerology and gematria. We know that we are in the traditional zodiac sign of Libra right now, giving us that very important, paying attention to 42 and 24 right now, as above, so below. So, that 24, our previous low in the Bitcoin price action is 24K. This wick right here at around, the 17th of August. We remember during that month, the orange guy got arrested. Remember, around the 24th of August? So just throwing that out there, that number. Could we get a rejection right here from 27,200 yet again and see 24,000 once more? Darren Libra, who knows? We'll talk about it. So with that being said, let's talk about this. We know Libra comes from, the Roman deity Lutetia. Okay, so also known as the Lady Justice, kind of reminding us of, the Statue of Liberty. I don't think I have that pulled up, but it was in my thumbnail, Lady Justice, the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is really Apollo, aka Lucifer. But anyways, we'll leave that there. But let's decode a little bit of this and tie this in here. on everything else we're seeing. I don't need everything. It's okay if you have the period in there, it won't matter. But Lutetia, and if I'm pronouncing that wrong, sorry. But we're going to make some connections to that in a minute. But being the Roman deity for the scales of justice. Okay? Cool. Or what is also known as Lady Liberty, aka the Statue of Liberty. So very important. Just making some connections here to Libra, scales of justice. It's all got a lot to do with, well, what they tell us is harmony. Harmony is a key word for this Libra sign. So just throwing that out there. But anyways, the scales of justice, or Lady Justice, also known as Lady Liberty, is what we were going to make connections to. Lady Justice. Giving us 39. That's kind of reminding me of, well, the time period where we saw a sell-off around the blue moon. 39. Huh. Crazy. Or Yom Kippur, even, which was 10 days after the 15th of September, September 25th, where we also saw, yet again, another sell-off, that same 39. So, Libra, 39, scales of justice. Could we see some balance in the cryptocurrency chart right here? We've been sideways and yet to get back above this horizontal trading range that goes all the way back to March even. So it was support, and has been resistance since, well, basically all the way back till mid-May, you guys. Mayday, our Mayday effect. So until we can break back above and start getting daily candle closes, 2-hour closes, weekly closes above 27,200, 28K and higher, we are still possibly in, well, a giant bear flag. Okay? Or, that's not good. Bear pennant, bear flag. We could see this roll over yet again down to around 24K or lower, 20K, to fill in our previous CME gap that we talked about before our month-long hiatus incognito spell. But don't hate us, okay? We had to hibernate and accumulate. We've been sideways and boring. But people have come out here and said you need to do TA. It's only TA. You can't decode and tell what's going on in these markets. Well, you guys, I ain't even been around the markets, but I can decode and make money just fine. Let's go to September 11th, our 22nd anniversary of 9/11. And remember, 22, reset, 22, change, 22, okay, recycle, 22, the 22nd anniversary of 9/11. Well, let's view the charts and zoom in, shall we, pioneers? And all those that want to say they're decoding and numerology is nonsense. It has nothing to do with the markets. Well, let's just draw a little twin towers right here on the 2-hour time frame, the best we can. We even got the needle in this one, you guys. This very bearish M pattern that then rolled over just like our towers did on 9/11 22 years ago, before we got a great buying opportunity at around 24K. Wow, not surprising. So even in the RSI we get this M pattern, this twin towers pattern. Kind of crazy, huh? But I'll behave. Just exoterically tying us into 22 years ago when we saw the towers fall. We saw Bitcoin fall from 25, almost 26K to, well, 248, 24,800. Great buying opportunity before we bounced right back up. RSI underbought, oversold, before we climbed all the way back up to 27,200. Our horizontal trading range that we told you is very esoteric in videos going back 6 months now. Okay, so why did we see price action on the 18th come into this range? Well, the 18th was the first full day of the Jewish Hebrew New Year after Rosh Hashanah, which is a very pivotal time period for the markets because, well, the Jews helped run the financial system, and it was their new year. The 18th was the first full day. But we know September is really septum in Latin, meaning seven. So it was truly the 7th month of the year, if we know how to use anything but the scam Gregorian calendar. So, September 18th, internationally written, would have been 1807 if you know how to truly read a calendar, or 187, the penal code for murder. And what did we see in the chart shortly after? Murder. Right after rejection. RSI overbought completely, all the way up to an 81 on the 2-hour time frame before getting smacked right back down. Murder. And then the RSI is setting lower highs continually while we see the price action starting to set higher highs. That's a bearish divergence, hidden bearish divergence, showing we were going to pull back into, well, yesterday's full moon. Wow. Not surprising. Into the 23rd, 9:23. Everybody was screaming. The Simpsons predicted the Wendy's burgers and the EMP attack, and there's so many movies and shows out there talking about it. And it was the autumn equinox, you guys, before our full moon, giving us a great buying opportunity that came in on the 24th as we entered Libra, giving us 24 pioneers. And you can't use numerology and gematria and decoding esoteric things to judge price action. Come on, pioneers, I've been out there sharing this for years. And then we rallied back up into the 28th. Well, if we look at that, what was the 28th? 33 days before Bitcoin's 15th birthday. Dun 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 dun. Wow. And even into yesterday's volatility, we can even decode that as well. Why were we getting volatility last night leading into this morning? Coming out of this, trying to break this resistance, even though the RSI is still overheld and almost overbought. Again, could we just be getting rejection, setting continual lower highs? Something to watch out for. Why did we get this price action then? Well, if we were to go all the way back to, let's find the better chart. If we were to go all the way back to, well, let's just go to March 10th. The 3-year anniversary of, well, 2020. And the last day of normality, right? Correct? Before our lives changed forever with the bear flu crisis of C19. Well, this was very similar to the sell-off we saw in 2019, so this was our first quarter event, and we're fixing to enter this month the fiscal new year, the October effect for next year's finances. Wow, Bitcoin's birthday. By the 3rd week of October, 4th week of October, I expect to see a very different price in Bitcoin. Remember, you heard that here first. So, if we go back to March 10th and the banking crisis, all the way till yesterday, it was 204 days, the 24. When you use the rules in numerology and gematria and you drop the 0, you get 24 in Libra. So could we see 24K? Who knows? We'll get into that in a minute. But anyways, just doing some fun decoding for all those haters and naysayers out there that don't believe that we could see, well, volatility using these very esoteric things like date durations, coming up, dating behind us, okay, very specific holidays. Like, how about us being able to call here on the Daily Candle Close News our most recent high better than anybody else, going from, well, Memorial Day, our previous high, to our low of Flag Day, all the way into the 4th of July, where we called for pi 3.14, 31,400, and we were able to de-risk. We were able to de-risk there, you know, We were calling for a possible 32,200 skull and bones connection in the 2023 year 322223. Possible. We didn't get there yet. Could we still? Who knows? But who else better called that using esoteric signs in numerology and gematria by using Flag Day, Memorial Day, and 4th of July as signs for, well, pi to get out of the market? Because didn't Bitcoin in 2021 hit its 69K top? I do believe it did on the 314th day of the year. Pi, everything coming back full circle, and we know that, like the Ouroboros. So stay tuned, pioneers. We're going to continue to give these things. So what are we seeing now? Well, if we continue to look at this chart right here and we look at the daily time frame, I want to go to 4 hour actually. We're just continuing to get this climb up, man. It's just like we're rejecting the RSI on the 2 hour, the 4 hour. It's like it doesn't matter right now, which is cool. Stochastic RSI is starting to, you know, probably get ready to reverse as well. So it's something we can watch for, is a rejection from 27,200, which we are still getting to this day. Again, for those that are new, money 72.27, and Bitcoin is the greatest cryptocurrency out there, 72. Okay, anyways, I'll behave. But if we continue to see this rejection, we can possibly see, well, us retest this 223 exponential moving average right there at around 26,700. I'm thinking this 55 exponential moving average, which is right there at around 26.5, or even this 200 SMA on the 4 hour. Okay, that's 26.4. So if we lose those, I do expect to continue to, well, possibly come back down to around that 24K range in Libra. How about that? But I'll behave. But if we look at this on the weekly as well, that's the monthly, because Friday was a weekly close for the markets, you know, the stock markets, traditional markets. It was a daily close, it was a quarterly close, you know, and a monthly close. So it was very big. Okay, so I'm looking at the weekly. Get a drink of water, excuse me. So I'm looking at the weekly right now, and this is bullish. Like, we're getting rejected from the 21, the white exponential moving average, which is cool. It's okay, you know. But we do want to see a weekly close above that. That's bullish. Anytime we can stay above that on the weekly, then get the 21 above this 200 SMA. If we can get this, you know, 50 above the 223, continue to hold support right here at around 24,900. Could we back test this 50? Yes. 24.5. Yeah, it wouldn't be uncalled for. It'd be pretty common. It'd be back testing these previous highs right here, just confirming support at 24K, like, you know, that we've been holding horizontally for, you know, well, I don't know, since March. Okay, so let's pay attention to that. Like, nothing bearish yet, but could we see a trend reversal or a quick swipe down during the October effect after September's National Preparedness Month before Bitcoin's birthday, and we're bought right back up? Possibly. That's something I was looking at on the 2 hour time frame. I had this drawn out for you guys, and it was something I was looking at, was coming out of this rally right here, this low, leading into the full moon, which we know 3 to 5 days before, on 3 to 5 days after the full moon, we are typically bearish. So, anyways, nothing new here. Right after our autumn equinox, the first full day of fall, and we get a fall in the cryptocurrency charts, like it falls over into the full moon, like, but you can't use decoding, you have to use pattern drawing and TA. Let us pray. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. You know, only been out here 3 years sharing this with you all. But I saw a rejection from, yet again, 27,200. Yeah, maybe we do climb a little bit higher to 28K, and even, you know, he hit this median of our, you know, year-long bear flag, you know, that we parallel channel that we've been using as a bear flag, bear pennant, you know, which is kind of bearish. But every time we get above the heart line, we're doing good. Every time we get below it, it kind of sucks. But we've yet to break back above 28K, 28.1, and get above this heart line so we can then break back above 29 psychologically. So until we do that, which our full moon was just on the 29th, wasn't it? Yeah, yet to break back above 29K. So I do kind of see this potentially rolling back over to possibly 22.7, 22.3. Before I left a month ago, I shared how this box could be a potential retest range, and everything is welcome, eating up this previous wick in August that led us down to 24K. Okay, we can still see one more push down and still be in an uptrend going all the way back to the beginning of the year. March is low, this low, and this March low, this low right here. We can even set a low right here as long as we don't break basically $19,939, this 1993 range, which was a Shemitah year, something we've talked about in depth on the channel for the last year. So we know there are key ranges of support right here at around 24.5, something I've shared for months as well. Coming out of this falling wedge, which we knew had a 68% chance of a breakout, this bear trap leading all the way into basically a bull trap, a twin towers effect leading all the way into the blue moon, September 11th, right here, an inverse twin towers effect on the daily time frame, but you can't use decoding, all the way into a rejection of 27,500, 27,200, just continuing to set since July, high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So, until we start to see a trend reversal and we start to break 28K, 28.1, and start closing 2-hour daily candles above it, we got a possible pullback. That is plan A. Plan B is we get our breakout and we start to and support and we start to long the market. But until then, plan A is still shorting the market to potential support ranges to confirm our bottom is in. So we won't know our bottom is in until we get our breakout and confirmation of support and we continue to climb out of this. So that's something we've been looking at. This long extending trend line, going back to our March highs and lows of the banking crisis, just pulling a fib from high to low. We got up here to the 1618, failed to hold support, and we had a great bounce off that is the 786, almost to the 702, the golden pocket. So basically the top of the golden pocket. So we're kind of in limbo right here until we get confirmation of, again, breakout of 28.9, 29K, hold of the 1618, or if we just continue to fall down to, around $24,000, again, the golden pocket range, and even lower. Again, I think we could possibly fall to 22,300 or, 20,000 even, which would be basically retesting the 236. That is not uncalled for, especially closing the previous CME gap. We might close the lower gap before we close our higher gap. This is all things we've talked about before. Let's look at the dollar currency index real quick and see what it's saying for cryptocurrency, because before I left, I was in multiple groups and people were talking about the dollar. It was going to shit the tank. It was going to shit the bed. And I was very adamant on, post Shemitah years, during the Shemitah year, like the dollar is very, euphoric. It is the most bought asset. Everybody floods into the dollar. It is the cleanest dirty laundry, some would say. And what do you know? We're about to be in thin air here and just probably break. Let's look at this on the daily time frame. But come on, you guys. We're probably just, if we can get back above 108, and I just see this breaking all the way back up to around previous highs. It could be pulling back, retesting 104, 105. That wouldn't surprise me. Retesting this range, previous support, previous high back in May of 2022. But if that does, that could be bullish for crypto. But if the dollar continues to do this, like I said over a month ago that I thought it was gonna do, then yeah, I mean, we can see this thing just continue to make crypto stocks bearish. Okay, so remember that. Let's look at XRP, because wasn't there a Ripple party the other day? What happened, you guys? I thought we were blasting off. I thought we were going to go to the moon again. Before I left on our month-long hiatus, don't hate, we talked about being lucky to get back to 51 cents. We're barely holding 51 cents now. We pushed a high of 55, but then rolled right over. Not surprising. That's what XRP does. We've talked about this time and time again. So even de-risking this 90 cent was something I was very adamant in sharing in my community, how I thought we were in an ABC corrective pattern after that. That came into fruition, and we've been boring since, dollar cost averaging and accumulating during the month of September, National Preparedness Month. So one thing to mention is, looking at this on the daily time frame, kind of hiding all this, is a lot of this going back to, January of 2023 is kind of reminding me of this time period right back here. Getting this long, arduous time period right here before getting a pump and a dump. We got our pump and our dump. Could we be getting ready to see one more impulsive move for, XRP, taking us finally, come next year, first quarter, mid-year, back above previous all-time highs, something we haven't done in almost 6 years, plus or minus. So I do think it's possible. But if Bitcoin was to roll over to 24K right here, 20K like we were talking about, altcoins, Ethereum could take a substantial hit. So if they were to do that, we could see another long wick theory for XRP, a bear trap, something we can get ready to accumulate with limit order sets, something I'm thinking of around 32.2, that 322 cents, coming back down here, eating up this wick, maybe setting a spring in the charts. Yeah, never mind. That's not what I want to call it, unless I'm looking at this on a weekly. Yeah, maybe a return close to lows of 2020, of November 2020. So maybe around 27 cents is what I'm thinking. Something lower than our previous June 13th lows for XRP. 27 is about as low as I want to consider that right now. If we were to see a major shakeout and, event for the altcoins. But right now, holding 51 cents is key. If we cannot hold 51 cents, the next target low to look for is going to be our 46 cent range. Very key horizontal range for XRP. Support, 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 support. So, support right here. So if we fail to hold 51, we could very easily come back down to 46 cents, around that 47 cent range. So with this being said, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed the kickback and start back into everything with the daily candle close news this month. The October effect is in full effect. So giving us that 75, tying us into crypto. $204, that 24, okay. 75, all during Libra. The October effect, Bitcoin turns 15. I'm just paying attention to crypto this month, you guys. Friday the 13th is, well, October 13th. Our solar eclipse is the 14th. So big dates to look out for this month before we get into Samhain and Halloween and Bitcoin's 15th birthday. So with all that being said, take care, God bless, and we'll see you all in the next one. And Satoshi 24. Take care, God bless. Pioneers rise. Build your fortress. Build your legacies.